Yo, it's Massmadekozy to be exact, bro. You're on the Coach Cozy page. Today we about to do this. Young thug accused of snitching, allegedly gave info to Atlanta's first 48 detective with your boy 1090 Jake. This is what you gotta understand about my son 1090, right? He don't have no secret objectives or narratives that he's trying to push when he's exposing people. He's really just exposing people for the fact of them snitching. You know, a lot of niggas like to portray one thing and I'm not saying Thug snitched or not, but say if a nigga like Young Thug snitch, he been pushing a certain image to our people, to our kids, and a lot of times they don't even believe in that shit. So it's like, I respect what he do. Even me being a civil, you feel me? I'm not pussy, but I am a civilian. You heard? But yeah, even me being a civil, you can kind of respect that shit because a lot of these niggas don't have no integrity. You feel me? Niggas will rob, steal, but when it's time to do the time, niggas want to change up, give up information. So, we going to just see what's popping.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Young Thug being accused of snitching. Within the battlefield of Atlanta's Superior Court, back-to-back bombs have dropped, exposing members of YSL for snitching. Gunna responded in his new song saying he was tricked by his own lawyer and the DA. An audio released by DJ Academics would reveal Young Thug dissed Gunna while speaking with Dirk, and now the king of YSL himself.
So niggas heard about that audio, but niggas don't, this all this AI going around. You don't know if it's AI or is it real or not. So to know that was real, that's kind of crazy.
Has allegedly stepped on a mine as a piece of his past sent shockwaves through the internet. Young Thug's own lawyer, Brian Steele, would file a motion to keep the prosecution from using a witness, specifically a man named Detective Quinn. The motion would state Detective Quinn wrongfully believes he met with Young Thug in the back of his police car concerning a murder. The motion would further state Young Thug gave information on the murder case. The very thought of Young Thug, who's been portrayed as an Atlanta gang lord using members of YSL to commit murder, who's been named as the 5-star general of sex, money, murder by a gang detective in the YNW Melly trial, the thought that Young Thug himself may have possibly snitched in a murder case has left fans speechless.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Everything you do comes to light. So a lot of niggas don't understand. If you've been in the streets for 10, 15 years, you're gonna have multiple run-ins with the police. You might have not snitched on 7 things, but if you snitch on one thing, at the end of the day, you still a snitch, my nigga. You feel me? So hopefully it's not true about Thug, because that's crazy. Because the narrative that been painted about him is that he's all these, gang lord, like bro said, 5-star general and all that. But for him to be telling before,
Thug's lawyer would state the detective wrongfully believes and may wrongfully state Thug was in the back of his police car and gave information in the murder. The lawyer would claim this is untrue, and because the evidence is not accurate, goes against Thug's character, and is irrelevant in the trial, the evidence must be excluded. But the most suspicious line in the entire motion is not the accusation, it's the last sentence. Supposedly, Young Thug was a very young man at the time of this supposed interaction with law enforcement. If Thug's lawyer is alleging it never happened, why would he mention Thug's age at the time of the incident to the judge, as if his young age would excuse what happened? That last sentence only makes me think there could be more to the story, and obviously with Young Thug's reputation, it's vital for the lawyer to keep that information from making its way to the public. Looking into Young Thug's criminal...
Yo, if niggas found out that Young Thug did cooperate a long time ago, it would definitely, tarnish everything. It would low-key ruin everything for him, because even though Young Thug is influential as a rapper, a lot of his lore does come from the fact that he's a street figure and, nigga been moving and shaking around in that space. So, as soon as you do that, you get discredited. But right now in the rap game, a lot of people are still working with people who are considered that. but it'll never be what they was. Even Gunna before he got locked and told, he did like 120K. His album now just did like 80. So it shows you there is gonna be a decline.
Criminal past. His earliest arrest dates back to 2008 when he broke into a Jeep by breaking the window.
Hey yo.
But I was unable to find a case of thugs in which Detective Quinn was listed as one of the officers involved. A Google search of Detective Quinn Atlanta homicide would bring up none other than David Quinn, the retired homicide detective who could be seen on First 48 and now hosts a true crime TV show titled Atlanta Homicide. Retiring from law enforcement in 2015, this was one of Atlanta's highest decorated detectives who was directly responsible for the investigation that resulted in Atlanta's first successful gang prosecution. If this is in fact the
Yo, it's always the worst when it's us locking up us. You feel me?
same detective prosecutors are attempting to bring forth as a witness in the YSL case, it's undeniable his name, along with his reputation and testimony, will hold weight. But what's the purpose? While many were quick to assume Thug snitched, there isn't one detail given as to what he allegedly said to the detective. Unless we're assuming the lawyer wants it hidden because Thug gave up vital information, the lawyer could also be trying to keep it under wraps because the prosecutors are attempting to portray Thug as a former snitch to damage his reputation. Now, when I saw this motion, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. But thinking about it, rereading it, going over everything in my head, what would the purpose be of the prosecutors trying to bring in a detective who's been retired for years just for him to say, hey, young Thug told me about a murder way back when? Now, the lawyer's saying this isn't accurate information, but the time that this allegedly happened, young Thug would have been very young. What is the relevancy in this? What is the point of bringing this back up?
It's because they're trying to tarnish his character. You know, they're trying to portray him as a certain way. So that's the whole point of the judge, of them even filing the motion to try to get this shit admissible in court.
Other than to affect Thug's reputation.
They want him hurt.
If we can portray him as a snitch, showing he formally cooperated after other snitches in the case have already been exposed, which is detrimental because nobody wants to testify now, which means if nobody's going to testify when it comes time for Thug's trial, this could lead to a fucked up situation for the prosecutors. So if the prosecutors can make Thug look like a rat, maybe the actual rats in the case, they won't care to go up on the stand and say something against him.
If you tell on a rat, are you a rat? That's one of those questions, bro. You just gotta answer yourself.
They won't mind. And as far as I know, damn near everyone already pled out. So in my head, I'm thinking, no details were given as to what he actually said. He could have been sitting in the back of the car on some bullshit. I'm assuming he was a juvenile because none of his arrests as an adult that I was looking at said anything about a detective named Quinn. Juvenile gets picked up. Hey, what happened in this situation? I don't know what happened. Or he lied. Or he did a little finesse. Or he did whatever he did. I don't know. I know that people will come up with a million excuses. And I know that there's some excuses that are going to be valid. If he gave fake information, if he gave a fake name, if he gave a fake...
But this is the thing. You can't even place those two people at the same time at the same spot. So the detective might be making it up. You know, cops lie all the time. So I don't even see why people would even entertain this shit to even say like Young Thug did something foul. When the prosecutors are just trying to make him look like a snitch so other people can snitch on him.
Scenario, whatever, and the detective wrote that down.
Alright, bro. Shout out to 1090. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Thugs are snitching anywhere for him. You feel me? They just trying to assassinate bro's character because they know he's a stand-up person. Even everything he's going through right now, you have to have respect for him for not turning on his morals, the shit that he believes in. You feel me? You don't have to agree with it, But any man that can stand on something, I respect it. It's your boy Cozy, Massmadekozy to be exact. Coach Cozy, I'm out of here.